If you want to become unstoppable on the floor, get wherever you want, and blow past defenders, then the one skill you need to have is elite change of direction. The secret to change of direction is footwork. If you can master different types of footwork, you'll be on your way to becoming unstoppable. The first set of footwork you need to have is what's known as the drop. The drop is where your feet are split wide and typically one foot is a little ahead of the other and your back foot is slightly flared out. This wide stance is what creates the driving lines that you need to get by defenders. One of the most important things when it comes to change of direction while using the drop is to have that flared back foot. This is going to be the source of your power to push off of to get by your defender. So right here on Kawhi's split through, you can see he got into his drop with that back foot slightly flared. You can tell that it's flared because the front foot is pointing more towards the rim, while this back foot is pointing more towards the sideline. Now from here, with this wide stance, he's able to swing this back foot through and take his dribble step and get right by the defender. Here you can see Luka doing the same move, a split through with a wide base and having that back foot slightly flared. You can clearly see that he's using this back foot as his main source of power to push off of and change direction. Most of the time, people use the drop when they're trying to be powerful and attack the defender's hips. If you see here, Luka attacks one way, he lands in his drop, and then he attacks the defender's hip hard. And the same goes for Kawhi. You can see here the defender isn't moving, so Kawhi gets into his split through, accessing his drop stance and attacks right by the defender. The next set of footwork you need to add to your game is a speed stop. The speed stop is where you come to a 1-2 step stop with your inside foot first and your outside foot second. Here you can see Kyrie gets into his speed stop by performing a dribble step with his inside foot, then stopping completely on that last step with his outside foot. This footwork is extremely versatile because you can use it with a wide base but also a narrow base as well. So here you can see that Luka has the wider base and Kyrie has more of a narrow base. When it comes to using the speed stop, it's used for those moments when you need to change directions quickly or stop quickly. The third footwork you need to have is an extended stop. The extended stop is the footwork that is attached to the famous pullback move. It's the same as a speed stop where you're coming to a 1-2 step stop, but this time instead of having your last step be even with your first step, your last step is going to be extended out in front instead. One of the biggest keys to the extended stop is turning your body and having your front foot point more in than straight. By doing this, you allow yourself to pull the ball back away from the defender instead of opening the ball up to the defender if you were straight forward. Here you can see how his body is turned with his front foot pointing towards this sideline. This kind of stop tends to take more advantage of the defense's momentum going downhill because it looks/feels like you're taking another regular step, but then you just end up stopping quick. Being able to change direction requires good footwork, and when you have the ability to change direction at will and stack different footworks on top of each other, you will unlock another level to your handle because then you'll be able to get anywhere on the floor that you want to and not feel boxed in.